and we push through. And notice I'm pushing into these layers below. Protects the table below and also makes sure that the holes go all the way through. If you don't, you'll just get dimples and you'll be frustrated and have to redo it. Not the end of the world, but. Then you grab yourself a couple of zip ties. Put the blocky side on the front. Count your lucky stars. You don't have to make your own motor mount. That is probably the least here. My least favorite activity is fabricating motor mounts out of whole cloth. There we go. So that goes there, and finish it. Okay. And I don't get super crazy on pulling on them hard or anything like that. Not for these. All right, there you go. Now sometimes these holes will close back up, so you just need to go with the other direction a little bit, push it through. Be careful when you do it that you don't dismount the component you're trying to mount by pushing it off of the deck. Okay, I'll show that. I'm going to show you. So just sit there and you have to remake the hole a little bit. And there you go. Okie dokie. Okay, that's that. I'll keep it neat. Just clip these guys every time we do it. All right, so there we have it. It looks all awful. It's okay. We just have to adjust it on the prop saver and we're good. All right, the motor is mounted. This is very exciting. This one's kind of loose, you see. It's just going to go, So I'm just going to grab that a little bit and just tighten it up a little bit. That's what these needle nose pliers come in handy for. Pull them in, tighten them up. Okay, good. I want that to be a solid connection. All right, so next up, we will attach, we're going to put the speed controller where it goes. So we're just going to work from the motor to the rest of the airplane. So just line these guys up in any order. It doesn't matter. I want there to be a connection, and this is we need to be able to place this speed controller. So the speed controller has a heat sink on this side, the smooth side. These are the components. Just have the speed controller be with the heat sink up into the airflow. All right. And so we're just going to attach this with zip ties straight up. And what I want is I just want these wires. You can just arrange it however you want. You can do fancy things like this. I used to mount them like this all the time. Or I just put them out in the air, which is kind of the way I'm doing it nowadays. Just to kind of have flexibility. That needs to be tight enough so it's not going to get drawn back into the prop, and that can just sort of be as it wants to be. So I'm going to put it like right there, okay? So take our little puncher. Be careful not to punch through the capacitor that's at the front. Punch there, punch here. There's a lot of heat shrink here, so you can actually punch there next to the capacitor and then just go up just a tiny bit, all right? So that you can get a 2.5-inch zip tie to do that. And we just go run this through. Oops. Oops, that went weird. Okay. All right. Here. Okay. Oh, I did it backwards. Okay, so see what I did is the blocky bit is facing the way that I want to put the zip tie in. That's the wrong direction. You have to turn this around so that the blocky bit that extends out is away from the entering zip tie. Otherwise that thing won't work. Good, I'm glad I made that mistake because I've had a lot of people get frustrated with that. They don't understand the zip tie technology. All right. There we go. And if you need to double up the zip tie to make this fit, don't worry about that. So this is getting a little short. Okay, it's not quite long enough, and I could just wrestle on that some if I wanted to. Don't do that. Just double up your zip tie like this. Take that to there, and then get this bad boy, run it to there, and then You have a double top zip tie that's getting the job done. All right, without no fuss, no muss. And we got the other one. And then we don't necessarily have to put another one here, but I like to have just an extra one. This is an important component. I don't want it to go flying off. I want it to be really secure. Because when this airplane crashes, which it will, you want all your stuff to stay on there, but a little bit with some loosey-goosiness so it doesn't get damaged in the crash. And these zip ties are kind of perfect compromise on that. Alrighty. And we're good. So the way to think about this is, hey, I got this guy. It's connected. The battery pack's going to be here. You see that in a second. These guys are nice. They're not rubbing on this metal here. They got space. They can't go back far enough to hit the prop. This is good. This is nice. If you want to, you can secure this a little harder with some zip ties, but you know, I wouldn't bother. So that's the deck with a motor mount and a motor, prop, and speed controller installed. Okay, next up, we are going to attach the battery, so we know where these components are. And when you put this thing together, do put the components on actually connected so that you don't place something where it can't reach where it needs to get. You'll see that's how I'm doing it. Okay, so this is our, let's take that Velcro and put it right over that orange spot. That's exactly the place it needs to be. And then because it's Velcro, particularly if it's cold out, likes to let go, I'm recommending that you just take on the edge here, punch through the Velcro and the deck there and there. And I'm going to put another one right here where the, actually I should do that. Yeah, that's fine. So the idea being we want to keep this deck from going anywhere. It's holding the battery. And I'm going to put it right just around the edge like this. So I don't want the blocky bit getting in the way of the battery, but I just want this kind of here, helping secure that piece of Velcro so if it gets a little loose, there'll be something holding it on. Okay. All right, so this is kind of down and out of the way. I've thought about putting some holes here. That was an innovation during filming that I think I decided I didn't want to do. But you might want to put, I'll put one right there in the way that I think it should be done, which is I want to have, I don't want to have this blocky bit under the battery directly because that's going to be pretty hard, and I don't want it to cut the battery if it crashes. So I'm going to put the blocky bit away like this on that side and come up through here. Yeah, I'm going to certainly have to push that through again. That Velcro is not like that. Doesn't like that. All right, that's good. So, you know, just one in the middle. Not really totally in the middle, but, you know, if you want to put another one there, you could. All right, I'll do it. So let's just do this. We were just doing a thing with a bunch of kids, and the Velcro was kind of giving it up. It was wintertime, but just like, all right, that's just annoying, so let's stop it. Through just fine. Well, start here first, folks. This is the first enhanced Velcro technique. These designs are constantly changing because, you know, we see a problem and then we need to fix it. You know, something happens that hadn't happened before. Be really careful when you're cutting. Look at this. I got all that in there. I could easily end up snicking a wire. That would be most annoying. So just be careful. It's no problem. Bonk. Take the whole thing out. Nope. Make sure you're just getting the part that you think you're getting. Okay. So we're done with that. Now let's pull out our battery. And so here it is. And the way it's going to sit is kind of like this. And these guys will hook up like back here. Okay, so that's all going to be fine. I don't want to power this up yet. Do not plug this in. This powers the back. This goes to the plane. This does not connect to anything on the airplane. Do not connect this into the this part to the receiver because you'll fry the receiver. This is for charging. Okay, that's the only time it gets used. This gets used when we're flying. Okay, this powers the airplane. The on-off switch is plugging it in or unplugging it. That's it. Take your battery. Just make sure that this is going to have enough length from that position to connect to that. That looks great. Then I'm going to flip it over. Take the other piece of Velcro. And just wrap it around. I started at one end and then just keep going and wrap it around. And that little piece of Velcro there, you can just mount a camera on it or something. It's nice to have a little bit of Velcro up there. If you want to fly with the Brooklyn Aerodrome and be consistent with the rest of the world, we put the furry side or the loop side on the battery and the hook side or the sort of harder, hookier one on the deck. Everyone, that's our convention. All right, so we got the battery on the deck, and that's in a good position to connect to the speed control.